He's the law in this town, and he's got the badge to prove it. On this week's episode of the Treehouse, we'll speak with Campus Chief of Police, Keirsh Cochran. Stay tuned.
I'm Adam Widener, and this is the Treehouse.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Treehouse, the show where we get messy, make mistakes, and make people do awkward things in public. I'm your host, Anthony Bradshaw. Today, we've got the Chief of Campus Police here with us, Keirsh Cochran. Thank you so much for coming today.
Oh, I'm happy to be here. It's an honor and a privilege. I've watched almost every episode of the Treehouse. To be sitting in the hot seat is it's a little intimidating, I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Before we begin today, we're going to explain what we're doing for the craft. So for this craft, we've got these little badges that we're going to make our own custom police badges. And we've got a couple shapes to choose from. We got like a general star, a normal
Shield
police badge.
Yep.
And then we're going to decorate them, and we're going to go to a break. And after the break, our floor judge is going to come out, and we're going to see who's created the best badge. Whoever badge doesn't make the cut, though, is going to kind of have some fun, awkward challenge for the rest of our enjoyment. So I'm excited. Let's get started.
I can't wait.
Yeah. So I guess, how long have you been in law enforcement?
Yeah, that's a great question. So oddly enough, it's not what I have always done. So I was actually a broadcasting major when I was a student here at HU. I've been told that there is still some embarrassing footage of me on my visit day floating around the broadcasting department. I don't know if that's true or not. But I transitioned from broadcasting, working in minor league baseball, to law enforcement in 2015. So I can't do math while doing crafts, but that's like 7 or 8 years, I think.
Mm-hmm. What made you want to transition into law enforcement?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So for me, and I know this is sort of a lighthearted show, but it really is a calling. I never in a million years thought I would be a police officer by any means. I genuinely felt called the same year I got married. And I just started seeing some of the injustices that were happening around the country. And I thought, man, this is absolutely breaking my heart. And I think I can fix it. And I didn't know how. And I trusted in God. And man, here I am. It's awesome. Yeah, it's the best job ever. I can't believe they pay me to do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool to hear, just like that you've got a really clear purpose and goal that led you to want to be a police officer.
No, absolutely. Yeah, it's again, it's the absolute best, and it feels like a dream job for sure, especially to be back here at HU. I love this place. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Was there any family in your background or anything that led you to want to be a police besides just seeing the state of our world today?
Yeah, so I'm third generation law enforcement actually. Wow. So my dad is the chief of police in Franklin, Indiana, which is just south of Indianapolis. And then my grandfather worked for the sheriff's department. My uncle served 2 terms as a county sheriff. And so it is in the family, but I always wanted to be the first person in my family to graduate from college. And so I came here, pursued a broadcasting degree because that's what I absolutely loved. I got my first internship in radio when I was 12, I think. Oh. They let me job shadow at this oldies station. So my grandma would take me to the radio station and drop me off, and I would do weather and traffic at an oldies radio station. And that's what just sparked my love for radio, and then I realized I could get paid doing it, and that led that. So I did kind of go into the family business, but I bucked it for a while for sure.
That's awesome, yeah. So I guess I have to ask, what's the craziest thing you've probably seen on campus or done?
Oh, on campus? So
yeah.
Here's the thing, most of my funny stories come from when I was in Fort Wayne. So I spent 5 years at the Fort Wayne Police Department prior to coming back here to HU. And my best story that all of my criminal justice students, they absolutely love this story. I actually had a gentleman, grown man, poop his pants on a traffic stop. And I had no idea how to handle that at the time. And so I just left in the middle of the traffic stop. I just bolted out of there because it was so overwhelming, both the scent and the situation. I didn't know how to handle it. And so he was on a moped, and I needed to tow the moped, and instead he pooped his pants. And so I didn't know what to do. It was the worst situation I've ever been in, I think.
That's crazy. I'm not sure if I would know what to, have
think
any
about
idea
it.
of what to do in that
Right?
situation. It'd just be like,
Yeah, I don't know what to do
sir,
here. I'm out.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Absolutely. Fight or flight kicked in, and I flew
yeah,
real fast.
yeah, I would too.
Sure.
Well, I'm trying to think, is there any quick moment of anything just crazy on campus that happened?
Not really. I mean, the hard part about being an alum and the chief of police here is some of those little things that we do that are traditions here at HU, right? Like soaping the fountain. You know what I mean? It's really difficult for me to have any student get in trouble for soaping the fountain because it's such a deep-rooted campus tradition. It's one of those things that makes HU awesome. I think I'm contractually obligated to say, please do not soap the fountain. But that being said, it's more lighthearted. It's much more lighthearted. It's a much more safe environment, right, than when I was in Fort Wayne. And it's just a different job. So there's been nothing super crazy that's happened here on campus, and we're thankful for it. And a lot of that goes into some of the stuff we do on the front end to make campus safe. And we're just preemptively working really hard to make sure that not only students are safe, but they feel safe as well. And that means open lines of communications. And I have students come into my office all the time and just want to talk or vent or, explain a situation that happened. And it might not be a police issue, or it might. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess don't soap the fountains, and we're
Right.
about out of time. So we're going to put down our crafts, and before our judge comes to the floor, we're going to take a look at last week's challenge, and we're going to see Jax go to the gym in his finest workout gear.
I'm Jax Cochran. This is the outfit that was chosen. We about to lift some weights. Hey.
Welcome back to the Treehouse. Well, I suppose that all we have left is for our judge to come out and hopefully pick my badge. So welcome to the floor, Mr. Tim Fleming, our judge for today. And so these are our badges.
It's Ken? Ken, is it?
Tim.
Whatever it is? What? Tim?
Yep.
Tim.
I'm Tim. Hi.
Okay. So I can charge
judge.
your student account and write you parking tickets. So before you judge, I just want you to know.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I see what's, yeah.
I
see
could
what's
write you
going
up
on.
as an RA.
Well,
maybe.
okay.
I don't know.
I
No
Mine
blackmail.
says, I don't know if they see I put words on
Well,
mine.
I don't know. It's hard for me to say then which one I genuinely like better, but I guess I don't know. I like the HUPD. I like Anthony's
You like mine?
the way he split it up with the star.
But mine says the police. That's how you know I'm the
it does,
police.
but
Not to be confused
yeah,
with
I
the
like
band.
both of
but-
them. I like both of them.
All right, well, it looks like Keirsh is going to have to do the challenge. And for this week's challenge, Keirsh is going to have to go around to various places on campus and struggle to open doors by having to push a pull door and pull a push door. Well, that's all about all the time we have for today. Chief, thank you so much for joining us, and tune in next week to see the punishment. I'm excited. As always, I'm Anthony Bradshaw. Thank you for watching The Treehouse.